Hi, I'm Ava, the Atomic Blonde. In this strategy, we are going to harness the power of Z-scores to really juice up our entries and exits. This strategy follows super trends and is great at capturing precise moments to enter whilst eliminating some lesser signals. It will miss some trades, but the trades it grabs are of high quality. Let's take a look. First, go into the Indicators tab at the top of the screen. In the search box, type in Machine Learning Adaptive Super Trend and select the indicator by Algo Alpha. Then click to add it to your chart. Next, go back to the Indicator search box and type in Z-score Probability Indicator. Click on the indicator by Stever Steves to also add it to the chart. Now let's make some small changes to the settings. Go to the Settings tab for the Adaptive Super Trend. We will smooth out the signal by increasing the ATR to 20. Now go to the Style tab. I have unticked the Labels and Tables options as I don't need them for this strategy. Now let's look at the Z-score. There is not much to change here in terms of the settings, but I will make some changes to the appearance. This can be set for your own preference, so go ahead and make it however you like it. Personally, I turned off the moving average as I am not using it for this strategy. I also went to the Style tab and unchecked the Labels box to keep the indicator cleaner. One other change I made was to go to the first plot option and make this a clearer line of a visible color. I did this because we're going to be looking for the cross of this line in identifying entries. The rest of the format is up to you, but we will be looking for the red zones at the extremes of the oscillator, so go ahead and set it up any way you like. Now that we are set up, let's look at the rules of the strategy and the entry signals. Let's look at a long trade first. Here we have the setup. We get the marker to show us that price has broken through the super downtrend, but, and this is the important part, it has corresponded with a cross of the Z-score from negative to positive. This cross must happen within one bar either side of the super trend breakout. If the lag is any longer, we do not take the trade. This means we will miss some trades, but the signals given by this combination are of high quality. We open a long position at the open of the next bar. Firstly, we place a protective stop at the recent low point before the break, or even at the low of the bar that broke the super trend. We then calculate a 1-to-1 risk move higher and mark off both levels on the chart. Then we wait to see which level price reaches first. Here price reached the 1-to-1 target first, so now we will cancel the original stop and start to use the super trend line as our trailing stop. For our profit target, we will wait for the Z-score to move to the upper boundary. Let's play this through. Here we have reached the upper boundary. There are a few ways we can manage the trade from here. The easiest and safest way is to simply take profit as the Z-score has moved into the extreme range. This is signaling that price might be close to exhausting, and hey, there is nothing wrong with putting some P in the bank. Am I right? Another way is to simply keep riding the super trend. Just keep using the trailing stop and try to extract every last bit of juice from the trend. Now we can go back to the Z-score and the other way to manage this position. We can watch for a move above the upper boundary by the Z-score. If this happens, pay close attention. This means the price is stretched to the extreme when compared to its recent history and is a powerful signal that it's time to exit. You don't get moves beyond the extreme all that often, so maybe using a combination of all these examples to scale out is the best approach to maximize profits. It's really up to you. Here the move to the extreme has signaled the trend has exhausted, and whilst price hasn't reversed as yet, it certainly has stopped rising. We can bank some sweet profit here and move on to the next trade. Now let's look at the short trade, and the same important setup rules apply. Here we have the signal from the super trend break as well as the Z-score cross within one bar of the trend break. This means we can take the short entry on the next bar's open. We do the same setup by marking off the 1-to-1 risk-reward move and wait to see which level price reaches first. Here, Price met that 1-to-1 move whilst just flirting with that oversold area for the Z-score. We never got a closing in the zone though, so we stick with the trade. If we close in that zone before we hit the 1-to-1 move, then I would switch to the trailing stop and maybe taking profit. But that didn't happen, so we can now cancel the original stop and start using the super trend line as the new trailing stop. So let's see if we can get that closing into the zone for the Z-score. We got that closing move into the zone, so we exited the position on the open of the next bar as per the first option I mentioned. But we could also keep the position and stick with the trailing stop to see if we can run our profits a little further. We are also watching for that Z-score move to the extreme area beyond the last zone. Let's see how the trade plays. Here we didn't quite make the extreme area of the Z-score, but we did get a wick through the super trend, so I am going to count this as a stop out and a completed trade. You may want to wait for a close beyond the super trend, but be warned this could lead to a good amount of slippage as you may get a big bar through the super trend line. And so here's our completed trade. We managed to catch a good amount of that trend and added profit to the bank. That's it for this strategy. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe for more fast and simple strategies, just like this one. Can't wait to see you again. XX.